everybody.
Hey.
Man, you talk about paranormal unexplained. This we just had one. It was really weird. The show disappeared. Okay, yeah. Had to recreate all over again, and then it sounded like I heard it rain as I was recreating the show. Right? No rain, not raining outside. Dog, you talk about it. What can we say, Kathy, about that? Hey, team.
Hey,
Nada.
hey.
No
Nothing.
explanation.
I know, right? No explanation. And so, what can we do? It's just weird. So, anyway, welcome everybody. You're watching Pearl's Paranormals. And it may get even weirder tonight, considering the topic that we're going to talk about. I don't know. Maybe it's something that doesn't want us to talk about that.
Yeah.
But it has to be talked about. Hi, Sandra. Welcome. It has to be talked about because
Hey, Sandra.
it's nothing that we can avoid. For the simple reason is that we've been hearing about it all our lives, and so now that it seems like we may be seeing it take place, we want to know what the heck is going on. Is there is there any bit of symbolism or connections? Because what is a paranormal? A paranormal is basically, at the end of the day, something that is what unexplained, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or something that has never happened before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and also, it doesn't necessarily have to be spooky. So this is we're seeing events that happen in real time in living color that has never happened before on the planet. So we just want to kind of delve into it, because when you match it up with chapter 6 of Revelations, you have to wonder. So let's just pull it up and just dive right in. I've got the document ready. I'm going to share it on the screen so that everybody can follow along with us, right? As we break this down bit by bit and look at and see what the heck, if there any connection, or I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just serious. I just want to know. So here we go. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna have to get my glasses on, of
Yeah, I'm
course.
gonna
Mm,
get my glasses. I'll be all fine. All right.
It's big enough to see.
I
now,
think so.
Okay,
with
good.
No,
glasses, yeah.
with glasses.
Tim, you want to grab yours?
Yeah, I might have to for that.
All
Okay.
right then.
Good. I gotta clean mine off.
So Tim is going to grab his glasses. I'll take him out of the screen till he returns.
Okay.
Um, but yeah. Hi, Sandra. Um, I don't know how it happened, but we got 72 of you that found us. So thank you so
That's
much
good. Thank you
for
guys.
joining us.
We appreciate you really for sure in these
That's
paranormal days.
for real. I mean, even the icons are gone. My picture, our logo for TPS Productions is gone. It's got some orange smiley face on there. Look,
Well, see, at least you could
our
fix it.
logo,
You could
our
fix it.
logo is gone. Uh,
Yeah, as
well,
much as you
yeah,
could.
Pearls Paranormal's first. Well, here's our Pearls Paranormal Facebook live
Mm-hmm.
logo. It's showing. That one is showing.
Oh, good.
Uh, see the little purple. I mean, little blue.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
circle. So that's our Facebook live. So as you guys can see, thank you guys for sharing, because I doubt if anybody could have found us tonight. I had to reschedule the show, which means that the event link that was already previously scheduled is not working. So now we have 111 of you watching us,
Wow, that's a good
132
number.
now.
Woohoo! Means three. The
Yeah,
Trinity. Yay.
that found us. Okay, so
uh,
hopefully you guys in the audience can see the document that's on the screen. Tim's probably back, so let me get him into the back into the studio. You got your glasses on there,
All right,
Heartbeat of the
we got
Yeah.
South?
our glasses on.
Well, they're
We're all ready
reading.
to roll, man. Hi, I like them. I never seen you in glasses before.
Yeah, they're reading glasses.
Okay.
All right, so all of us, 132 of us now,
Mm.
134 plus
Thank
the
you.
three of us here on the team. Let's read.
And
I
six
want to
pairs of
start with
eyes. Or three times three, nine pair eyes.
Mm.
Three
yeah,
times two,
yeah,
no, six. I was right the first time. Oh my goodness.
six,
Yes, I
six,
was right.
six, six
Okay.
eyes.
Yeah,
And we
six eyes.
actually, we're going to start with the fourth seal. This is the book of Revelations. And so we are trying to see what is the paranormal connection. This book was written by John. He was a disciple, I believe. I know for sure he was a follower. A prophet, though. We do know that, right?
Right.
And so he had this vision. So he was supposedly had been taken to heaven and shown these things. So when we think about heaven down here in our terms, we only think about the universe or what's beyond the universe, right? Because
Hmm.
none of us have been privy, like John was, to be invited into heaven and be invited on a tour, right?
Hmm.
So let's just see, can we connect any of these things? When the Lamb opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature. Now, notice he says creatures. In all of the sci fi movies that we have ever seen as a little kid growing up into present time, it's always creatures. Aliens are always called creatures, aren't they?
Yeah. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They were referred to, I mean, when you think about, we just had black and white TV, it was always creatures. And the term aliens didn't come, I think, until that big blockbuster movie called Alien with Sigourney Weaver. Y'all remember that?
Oh, definitely.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's when the terminology of alien really just came to forefront. And we stopped calling the aliens creatures. But John said he saw a creature, and the creature talked to him and said, "Come." He said, "I looked, and there before me was a pale horse." So a talking horse almost sounds like something from a Harry Potter movie, unicorn, talking unicorn. Its rider, however, was named Death. Now, death is something that we have identified with, we can identify with, and we will always identify with, just as we do identify with life, correct?
Hmm.
Yes.
And Hades, well, Hades is another word for hell. So it was so funny, like we couldn't curse when I was a little girl. So we would tell each other, go to Hades.
Oh,
And one
really? I
day,
never knew that. But it's
yeah,
also considered the underworld, so it might not necessarily always be considered hell. It's like
good
a different
point.
dimension.
Good point, Kathy. Yeah. Like the Egyptians refer
Right.
to it as the underworld, right?
Right. You
Mm-hmm.
travel there. There's an ground river, and you have to, board the ship and all that. So,
You
yeah.
gotta pay, you have to pay the cost, right?
Yeah.
That's why they used to put the coins on the
Mm-hmm.
eyes, and the
Hmm.
corn, or a corn in the mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the Egyptians, they would put all the treasure, bury the treasure with the pharaohs, so that they
Mhm.
could pay whatever, use their treasure to trade for whatever passage that and wherever they needed to travel in the underworld, right?
Right.
So anyway, they say that the underworld was following close behind death. They were given the power over a fourth of the earth. A fourth of the earth. So if you divide the world as we know it nowadays into what, four parts, what do we have?
North, south, east, and west.
East and west, right? Yay!
Good
Tim,
one. You
Tim
got
got
that
it.
one. You're fast on the draw.
Yeah. Yeah, you all know it, Tim. I'm telling you. But yeah, you got the you got the Western world. Oh, y'all late. Oh, can y'all hear that?
What was
Y'all
that?
still clapping?
No.
I hear clapping.
Not
Did y'all hear
anymore.
clapping?
I did. Didn't
Oh,
you hit
okay.
the button?
I hear clapping again. Do y'all?
No.
No.
No, this is really weird. Now it's a
Well,
bug on my
heaven
screen.
must be clapping for you. They must be happy. But you got us
Okay,
on the
so
air.
wow, that's weird. Unexplained paranormally, right?
Right.
So yeah, so we got Western world, we got the East world, which now we refer to as the Middle East, but it is the East, Russia and all those places over there. That's the East. We got Africa to the south, right? Then we have what? Canada,
Mm-hmm.
another country to the north, right? So it said that death in the underworld was given power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. Now, so we have seen and are seeing in our time now, there is a lot of sword fighting in the south as well as in the east, in two parts of the earth, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're seeing famine also in those same places, in the east and in the south. We've seen plague in both the south because the Sudan, Africa has a lot of famine plague, and the Sudan, and then there's a lot of fighting in the countries in
And we had a
Brazil.
pandemic. We had pandemic.
Oh, come think of it, Tim. The West, we had a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So, which part of the country of the earth would you guys say that's been um, have been attacked by wild beasts of the earth? What part would that be?
If I had to guess, I would go with Africa.
Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I,
And the
me
Amazon.
too.
The Amazon, because the
Mm-hmm.
Amazon is very, very active. They
Mm-hmm.
say
So, is
it's
the Amazon in Africa?
no, it's in
Where is it?
I think
Brazil?
is it Brazil or South America? One of those. I always get them mixed up. I've never been to either one of them, but I I know somebody who did go, and he got captured by a tribe, and then he
Really?
kind of yeah he worked his way into like the daughter of the chieftain liked him, so he ended up getting out of it. So he didn't get his head
Bless
cut
his
off.
heart.
In other words,
Oh, bless his heart. Yeah. Okay.
headhunters.
I think they were laughing at the chief's daughter liked him. So, anyway, so then he goes on and he says that this is a lamb. So when we picture a lamb, we don't really picture a lamb having as like a tour guide, do we?
A lamb?
So the
Yeah.
lamb is a tour. The lamb, it says, if you look at 7 up there, it says, when the lamb opened the fourth seal. So the lamb is like the tour guide of heaven, right?
In
Okay.
a way, but he's the gentle one. He's the only
So
gentle
that's
one.
the gentleman.
Gentle
So
one.
you want somebody, or an entity that is kind,
Hmm.
respectful, um, cheerful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Welcoming and not frightening. Because you don't want to frighten off the tourists, right?
No,
So, so
as long
John is
as
a
you know
tour.
what country you're in.
So John is touring. John, the prophet, is the tourist in heaven. So
Mhm.
yeah. So they decided that we need to have an entity that would be welcoming to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's going to take him around and show him all these different seals, right? So we get to verse 9. It says, when he opened the fifth seal, he saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain because of the word of God and the testimony they had maintained. They called out in a loud voice, how long, sovereign Lord, holy and true, until you judge the inhabitants of the earth and avenge our blood? Then each of them was given a white robe and were told to wait a little longer. Well, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Until the full number of their fellow servants, their brothers and sisters, were killed just as they had been. Okay, so when you think about sovereign Lord, okay, so that could be whoever, a whole lot of peoples. We have a whole lot of peoples and nations of this planet, right?
Right.
So whoever it is that they are, uh, that they consume, they take to be their sovereign. Is it their king,
Mm-hmm.
their lord? Well, we know in what, the 1700s, 1600s, because now these people, you got to think now, these people from way back in the 1400s, 1200, 1100, 1500, 1600, they're not. These are the souls of the dead. These are the souls of all these people that died all those years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting out of it.
Okay.
And it says that they want to know how long is it going to be until the rest of us get up there. So until you judge the inhabitants of the earth. So here we are in an unexplained period of time in space, in this world, in this planet, in this universe. And we got souls that's calling for God, who is ever in charge, to judge the earth, to avenge them. Now, I hope that they're not one me calling avengers on me. I hope there's nobody up there that's calling out avengers on me. But can you imagine uh, all of those souls, probably a number that you can't even count, right?
Right.
That are that want revenge on whoever killed them or whoever massacred them, like in the wars,
Yeah.
and whoever
Beheadings.
whoever poisoned them, whoever choked them to death. But
It's
it
a lot.
said kill them, right?
Yeah.
And then they're told, well, you got to wait a little longer now until your
Mm-hmm.
other brothers and sisters are on, because they're on their way, because they have also been killed, right?
Right.
Wow. So when we look at it from um, the connection of paranormal, which is what? Things that are unexplainable and things that have never happened before. We are seeing some of these things happen right now in our own time
Mm-hmm.
because uh, I am probably the oldest one. I know I'm the oldest one on the team, okay? But I'm not that old that I was living through World War II. However, I was a teenager when we had Vietnam War. But that really didn't affect the United States the way that these wars that we're having on now. We got two wars going on, two severe wars that's going on right now that's really affecting uh, all four corners, all four corners of the earth, right?
Yeah.
And so we're seeing these things, and the climate is changing even. Is
Yes.
it because of the wars messing up the atmosphere with all this loud noise? We
Yes.
had an earthquake. We're having a lot of earthquakes. Earthquakes are being seen and felt in places that have never had them before.
True.
The Sahara Desert flooded last week. Has not happened in thousands of years, right?
Hmm.
So, you got to think, what, Tim? Hop in there, and then Kathy, you come behind me, and then we'll take the other half of it.
Well,
Okay.
it's a lot going on, but my mind keeps taking me back to when we were talking about the animals. Animals, time doesn't exist. They listen to the universe.
Yeah, good point, Tim. You're right about that.
So
Yeah.
they know what's going on, and we're the ones that's kind of clueless, because an animal picks up on anything, uh, even before a human. Uh,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
instinctively. Yes,
right,
instinctively.
absolutely. And if you know anything about animals, in Africa, they go by seasons.
Yeah.
Uh, they're not on time like we are. They listen to the
Mm-mm.
universe. The universe determines their way of life.
Yeah. And that, and their bodies change with the
Hmm.
seasons too. Like for dogs and cats,
Hmm.
even though they are domesticated,
Right.
they shed they grow a thicker fur for when the wintertime is coming,
Yep.
so that they can be warm in the winter, but then when the spring comes, they begin to shed that old winter fur,
Right.
so that they can stay cooler in the summer. And then you got the bears that hibernate in the winter, and well, I mean, I'm not the Animal Planet girl myself, so, but I'm just giving a few examples that I can just
Yeah.
call off the top of my head
You're right.
Well, I can say a
to
few things that's going
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw an article where penguins are actually jumping off these big iceberg ledges, 50 feet or higher, into the ocean. And they got
Mm.
pictures of them just dropping. It's the weirdest thing. And what it is because their food sources are disappearing
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
Um, they're dropping into the ocean like that, but they kill themselves with a big plop. So it's really
Mm.
sad conditions. So even the scientists who've been monitoring them are going to end up leaving because there's not. Yeah, I mean, it's a really sad situation.
It's
Hmm.
unexplained, isn't it?
Right, right.
It's unexplained.
And see, they think it's because there's no food source, but how do they really know? How do they know?
Yeah.
That's the question. They always need an explanation if they don't know one, but how do we know that's correct? Seriously, we don't.
We down.
'Cause we don't have
We
a
don't.
penguin brain. We don't know. The
True.
scientists don't have a
And
penguin
I,
brain.
true. And they say penguins are pretty smart.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're cute.
because that
I think.
there aren't they akin to the whale family?
I'm not sure.
I
I
mean
think.
the species,
Yeah, I think they're all in the same family. I think.
same species.
Uh huh.
What I'm trying to say.
Right.
But yeah, and they say how smart whales are, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Uh, ele- Elephants,
Yeah.
they are smart too. So geez. All right, so let's get to the last part of it. We only have two more verses. And so he says, I watched as he opened up the sixth seal. There was a great earthquake. Wow, have we had some earthquakes in different parts, every four parts of the earth, right? Who
Yeah.
can recall the latest one?
New York.
Yep.
California. California had one right after that, and they had one after Japan had I think they had a small tsunami. So it's all related. The oceans, the earth,
Yeah.
it's all together.
Uh
Right.
huh.
Uh,
Yeah. And it said the sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red. So we did have a blood red moon last year, didn't we? Then we had
Uh-huh.
the blood moon last year, and
Yeah, we
then
had the pink moon.
this,
Yeah, pink moon this.
yeah,
Mhm.
and then we had April the 8th. The what? The
Eclipse.
sun turned black.
Hmm.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true. That's true. I hadn't thought
uh,
of it like that.
the
Mhm.
sun turned black. It really did.
Mhm.
Um, and then it says, and the stars in the sky fell to the earth. Now, when I saw that part, and then after I saw the how did I'm looking for an adjective. It was not. Oh, how you wonder? She said that was the eclipse in the universe. You're so right, my love. But how do I describe it? Um, it was frightening. That's the word. Never seen before. Never happened before. But it was expected, but not in the magnitude that it happened, and that
Yeah.
was the rockets that went
Right.
over uh, the bombs and rockets that went over Israel's dome. Have you anybody seen the video footage of it? It looked like the stars were falling from the sky.
Wow,
Had
seriously? No. Wow.
you
I didn't.
haven't seen it?
No,
You need
no.
to see it.
We should have played
Yeah,
that. We should have
honey.
played that. Next time we'll
It's a
play that. Hmm.
it's about 10 to 12 minutes
Oh,
long, and it just looked like it was over 350 rockets, drones, missiles that they were firing at Israel, but it looked like on the backdrop of the dark sky, it looked like it was stars falling from the sky, and that's what made me want to know what in the world. Wonder was this what John was talking about? Now I have seen everybody and their grandma on YouTube saying, "Oh no, you cannot connect what's going on with the wars and rumors of wars with the end times. No, this is not the end times. Simply because God says that no man will know the day nor the hour when Jesus will come again." Well, that might be true, but if I recall correctly, from everything that I've read and every religious movie that I've seen, and every preacher's sermon that I've heard all of my life, it said, watch and pray. Watch, WATCH. So I'm watching, and this is what I'm seeing. So it said, watch for the signs. So I'm watching, and these signs are what I see.
well, makes
And then
sense to me.
it's
Makes sense to me.
I
I mean,
can't
people
say
have to
makes sense to her.
they have to simplify things. People are complicating things. They shouldn't be, or they're going to miss everything in the Bible if they keep doing that.
They're gonna miss the boat. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and the boat too. I like that. All right, right on. That's perfect, perfect correlation.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate
Because
it.
if you're not watching the signs, yeah, they will miss the boat for the tour, right?
The tour boat.
Yeah.
Tour boat.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tim is like he
No,
coming at us from a different point of view. Go ahead,
no,
Tim.
I was just thinking. It just got me curious. Is it going to be uh, by one of the leaders pressing the nuke button, or is it going to be AI? Because
Oh.
I can remember a movie called War, which was way back in like
Mm,
the 1980s, right? But what it
mm,
was this computer. The people were playing against the computer in a game, and the computer learned as it went on, right? So what happened
Yeah,
was
got smarter than them.
absolutely. So what happened was the computer took over and started shooting missiles, but it was in
mm,
real. It was in our real time, but to the computer,
hmm.
it was a game.
Yeah. And the game did not, the computer didn't want to stop playing,
It
right?
didn't. It did not want to stop.
Hmm.
It didn't listen
Interesting.
to
You
man
know,
at
I'm
all.
glad you mentioned AI because last night, well, yesterday evening, I decided I was checking my messages and catch up on a few things. And there was this message said, your phone has been updated with um, a new AI version. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
Are you
I'm
kidding?
just, no, it
Wow.
said that. It said
Holy
that.
moly.
And
That's scary.
you want to say, yeah, AI, artificial intelligence, Yolanda. That's what that means. AI means, yeah, artificial intelligence, So when you talk about artificial intelligence, how much more paranormal can that be, right?
Yeah,
And it can be scary too. So
absolutely.
like I was talking to my insurance upline manager last night, and my phone was lying flat on my coffee table. I was talking to her on speaker, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So then I was ending my conversation with her. Now get this down, listen closely. Real story. I was ending my conversation with her, but I had not told her my last line that I was gonna say, which was "I love you." Right? I had I was ending my conversation, and so I picked up my phone just before I said that last line. Do you know my phone disconnected my call from her?
Well, just for saying I love you? Going to be
No,
saying
it
I love
just disconnected the
oh,
AI disconnected the call.
okay. Hmm.
When I went to
Right.
pick it up, it's like when I went to pick up my phone, it's like the AI thought that I was finished
Right.
Oh, I see. I didn't get that.
Um,
Okay.
and just ended
Mm.
my call because it was
yeah.
lying flat. The whole
Right.
while I was lying flat, it was lying flat on the
Right.
table, and I was talking on speaker. I wasn't touching it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then as
Well,
soon as I
well,
picked it up,
mhm.
it turned off my call. And I had to call
Right.
her right back because I didn't want her to think I hung up in her face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing about it. We have to look at they spoon feed us stuff in movies. If they really introduce AI to us in the movie I
They
Robot with
did.
Will Smith.
I saw that.
I
Yeah.
Robot with Will Smith. This
Hmm.
is where our
Yeah.
AI took over. They started out working for humans.
Hmm.
Not only did they take over, they started recreating smarter versions of themselves.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm harping
Hmm.
on this AI so much because it's gonna hit and it's gonna be used just as much as we. You know how crazy we were over the internet when it first hit.
Right. Yes.
So I think it's gonna take it by storm.
Well,
It's gonna
that's what
be
I'm thinking about. See, the United States. I'm really supposed to get into this tomorrow night because tomorrow night is when we do politics. But I just gotta say it since we talking AI. So the United States thinks that Iran is really dumb just because the United States has sanctioned them since 2011, where they can't buy any weapons and arms and stuff like that from the major players, right? But they've got uh, people over there with the same smart brains
yeah,
that put the computers together and stuff like over here that create AI and stuff over like over here over there.
right.
I mean you cannot. Why is it that one country always think it's so much smarter than another country when we all have the same brain capacity, even if we don't use it, because we're all
And,
human.
and
Yeah.
not only that, they're an ancient country. They're a lot older than we are. They've had a lot more wars. They've kicked a lot more asses.
Yeah.
Sorry. Am I hoping
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
banned
Yeah,
for
well,
that?
You're,
that's, yeah,
you're
well, it's
right.
all right. It's all right. It's all right. I understand what you're
But
saying.
anyway, so they even have more knowledge than we do, actually, if you put it
And
that
they
way.
got more asses too. For the military, if
Or
you want to talk about it.
or
Yeah,
assets, yeah, you could call them
Yeah.
but,
assets.
yeah, that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Um,
Okay.
Oh, your mom
All right, all right.
disappeared. Where are you, Emily?
I got so
you
tickled I
know,
got choked. I got so tickled I got
it,
choked.
You
isn't
turned
it?
into a
Let,
black sun there for a minute.
let's
Square
take
one.
for a quick second. Let's look at how war is now.
Mm,
We can remember when troops was always first. Now it's almost the
mm.
opposite. Troops are last. Wars are really not being fought with troops. To be
Well, that's
honest
what I
with
was gonna say. That's why I'm thinking that that barrage
you.
of that light show of missiles was all done by computer, and that's what. And now we already know that Israel has used a computer drones to do drone strike. It's all computerized, and
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying. So the
yeah,
missiles are too. You
right.
know.
Yeah, and it goes. But I think that when they finally got the cloning system down, especially about cloning people,
Mm,
everything, everything was off of them. And, anything goes.
On the table, yeah,
Yeah,
anything.
everything was on the table at that point.
yeah. Well, let's take this last verse. Then the kings of the earth, the princes, the generals, the rich, the mighty, and everyone else, both slave and free, hid in caves and among the rocks of the mountains. So they say that Hamas has in caves and rocks in the mountains, right? I
Hmm.
mean,
Yes,
underground caves, right? Underground tunnels, right?
yes,
They call to the mountain and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who can withstand it?
Now,
right.
Has
the lamb can also be referred to Jesus. The Jesus is the lamb.
Well,
Too.
you
yeah,
know, you know who else has tunnels?
who?
If you look at all the billionaires, they're either built underground bunkers or they're building them.
Everybody, every home in Israel has a bunker house underground,
Hmm. Hmm.
safe house. They call it a safe house underground, a bunker.
Yeah.
All of Israel's citizens have a bunker, but we don't over here in the United States. You know, only got like Tim say over in the United States, the rich.
Yeah.
But it says here, the rich, the mighty, the prince, everybody's gonna be running and want to be hid.
Yeah.
But the poor, we're not gonna have anywhere to go to run and hide because we don't have underground bunkers,
Well,
right?
you just prolonging the inevitable.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
And
And
know,
we
now,
would
one
not be.
thing, the way I
What
look at
about?
lamb, I'm sorry, the way I look at
Uh
lamb again, remember
huh.
sacrificial lamb. There and they used to give sacrifices, and they used to use lambs all the time. So,
mhm.
in one respect, it's the judgment of the lambs that were sacrificed on the
The
planet, and now they're
the
coming back to for
symbolism.
judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that's what
Mhm.
I see in it too.
Yeah. Good point, Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that think the same way,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
I.
Go ahead.
Then Yolanda say bunkers are not going to save them. When the
No,
good Lord is ready to destroy this earth, He will.
absolutely,
We're
Right.
right
absolutely.
here.
Yeah,
We
but
agree with you on that.
they
And I know the audience agrees as well.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
under
I
the
mean, you
impression
know,
that
that's what it says. And that was this sound. See, Tim, what's that sound where you gonna run?
when the world is on fire, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, their
Yeah.
money is not going
So.
to be able to save them, but they're under the illusion that they can evade it.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh well, I thought that was interesting because um, a lot of people stop sharing. A lot of people just don't think about that the Bible descriptions are so that it seems like they're almost talking about alien entities. Because, they paint the pictures of the angels pretty and beautiful, but according to John, they don't look like that.
No,
You know,
that's why they have swords too, because they battle and they protect
yeah.
the righteous.
I mean, they be like suited up, man, lots of metal
Yeah,
armor, swords and stuff. That they be ready
it's
to kick
huge.
it.
Yeah,
So that it ain't nothing cute about that. To
mm-mm.
me, because if
Kathy,
I
you
see if I and Michael is supposed to be the angel of war.
Uh-huh.
He's the head. He's the head. Who honcho up there, And
Hmm.
so they say that he's what do they call it? Stacked, armored down. He
yeah.
got. They say he got so many different kinds of weapons on him, man.
Now
Shoot.
it take when you said it could be the aliens, right?
Mm,
Kathy, you remember the lady that we talked about, the name Dolores
Cannon, Dolores
Cannon,
Cannon.
right?
Yeah.
She was saying that she often speaks with them, uh, and she had relayed back that they're observant, but they're not allowed to interfere.
well, yeah, I
Not
know
without
that.
permission. See, we got to ask them too.
Yeah,
If you ask them, they'll protect you. You have
right.
to ask. They won't interfere unless you ask.
Well, the gods don't interfere in war among men.
No, they don't.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. They just sit up there and laugh and make jokes and
Yep.
have a beer, have smoke, whatever. I mean, it's like okay, we did our part. We got you out till you start,
Yep.
and now you want to keep messing it up. Just do what you're gonna do, because when we get ready to show our strut out stuff, you can forget it. It's gonna be all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Uh,
And this is pretty interesting. Uh,
Yes.
yeah.
a
You brought
different, yeah, and a lot of people don't want to take a different outlook on the different things that are in the Bible. But you gotta think about it. This is the oldest book in the world. Is it not? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the oldest,
Um,
really. I don't know if it's the oldest.
but
I
a
think
lot of
there's,
people, yeah.
but
I think it is, but we can research that to find
let
out.
me look it up on the phone.
Google it and say what is the oldest book in the
Okay.
world,
Okay.
or you can say
Is
is the Bible the oldest book in the
yeah, I
world?
will say that.
Tim.
I was just thinking about, what was just said right then. A lot of people in this new age generation have been deceived not to believe the writings at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one of the devil's biggest trick was to make you uh, think that he didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
That was his
Okay, I
greatest
just
trick.
got it. I
What you
got
got,
it.
Okay.
Captain?
It says what? It's not the Bible, but rather a Buddhist text that owns the feather to the cap of being the world's oldest book, and that's what I was thinking too. It's called the
Oh.
Diamond. It's called the Diamond Sutra, also known
Ooh.
as the Diamond Cutter Sutra. Is a remarkable Buddhist text and is considered the world's oldest printed book.
Does it say what is it about? Because we can't read Buddha.
I'm
Tim
sure
said
they
we can't read
translated.
Buddhism.
I'm sure they've translated it, but I don't know. Let me see if the article goes into that. It
That's a
says
good question, though, Tim.
it says yeah. Let me see what else. But it's not the Bible. Okay, let me see what else. It holds immense historical, religious, and cultural significance. It is also, in the words of the British Library, the earliest dated printed book. Here are 7 fascinating facts about it. It was originally written in Sanskrit, and it was discovered in 1900 within the cave of 1,000 Buddhas. A hidden library nestled in China, Dunhuang, China. In 1907, a British Hungarian archaeologist named Mark Stein was conducting an expedition to map the ancient Silk Road when he learned about the concealed library, and through a bribe, he managed to get his hands on thousands of documents, including the revered Diamond Sutra.
Mm.
Then you know
So,
what? It on one hand, we really can't trust man either because they're copywritten, right? Uh, it was said that certain things were missing from the Bible that they didn't put in, they took out.
Well, it is 12 missing books of the Bible, and they supposed to have been. They're supposed to be even available on the internet now, but I think you have to buy them. Have you looked?
I
I'm
oh,
not.
there
I'm,
are additional books of the Bible. I know that, and they've been left out.
yes,
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Especially the one on Enoch. Enoch. What's
Enoch.
his name?
Enoch,
Enoch.
Enoch.
Because Enoch was the only living man that God just ascended to heaven while he was alive. So as far
Also,
as we know,
there was a book by about Mary Magdalene too.
yeah, they took that
Yeah.
out, because they wanted to call what they still thought that she was a prostitute, and they prostitute.
But you know why they did that? Because they wanted it to be a male hierarchy. They didn't want females to rule.
I
So it
bet
was
she,
all
Exactly.
I bet she
So
ain't
domination
never been called a prosecutor though.
prosecutor. It's better than saying paralegal. She was a
I know
paralegal.
that. I know
Maybe maybe we should
that's
start calling
She
her
been called a lot of things, but
right.
called
Never
that.
been called a prosecutor.
yeah.
Oh wow, we do have fun on our shows.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wanted to still have that stigma over her head.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Like
yeah.
like they still talk about Jesus. They still try to say that he was having sex with the women, and that Mary Magdalene was his girlfriend and stuff.
Mm,
And so, just
Mary Magdalene
lies,
it
lies,
was sacred.
lies.
You know why? Because she came from a royal dynasty, and her family was rich. So why would she want to be a prostitute? Why would she be a prostitute if your family
They
was
already
rich?
got money.
That doesn't even make
I don't
any.
know though. The rich do live wild and famous now.
Well, they
So
could maybe they do live that way, but she didn't need the money, so she wouldn't be labeled a
with the money,
prostitute. Just
you're
saying.
right about that. I agree. She
or
wouldn't.
was she doing it to spite her family?
That too.
No, I don't believe any of that. I believe that's all hype because
Well,
they
no, he
wanted.
was just talking about before she met Jesus, right,
Hmm.
Tim?
Yeah,
I think that's what you were talking about. Don't
I
get me
can't
fucking worse. She
because
was the
you
one that they wanted to stone to death because she
right,
was committing adultery.
right, and let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
You
Yeah.
got it.
Um,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, she could have been in a rebellious stage, left her family, and then of course they could have put her out too. Then
Yeah, they shot.
disown.
Then they
Well, back
shot.
then what they would do is they would disown their children. Hmm.
Well, she was also told that she had a baby, and there's a whole line, and there's churches and religions and everything in France. So, and there's the blue rose. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it exactly right, lineage and followers of that as well.
Well, that's what I'm telling you now. They tried to say that baby was Jesus's baby.
Yeah,
That's what I was
but
talking
but it,
about. Yeah.
but it, but why would God have a prostitute be involved with Jesus? I don't believe that.
No, you
Because
know
he
when he was walking the
had to be
earth
pure.
along with them.
It would be purity. It would be all about purity. So I think that those are still lies about her being a
Well, of
prostitute.
course there are lies,
Yeah.
but people. This one thing about people. If you really want to get people excited about something, just tell them a lie.
Hmm.
Because they're going to believe that lie before they believe the actual truth about it
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like the government does now. Whenever they tell you that something is disinformation, it's the truth. Okay?
You know, those are the two things that they say you shouldn't discuss amongst friends, right?
And
Politics and
religion.
religion.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are a team. We are a
Yeah, yeah.
panel.
I'm talking about
Oh no!
worldwide.
If you want to, you really want, yeah. If you really want to split up a friendship, talk
But
about
see,
them two things.
that's mainly in the United States. Other countries don't take a hard look at it like that. They're not like that. My brother has a breakfast restaurant in Paris called Breakfast. Oh, it's BIA, which
Well, the
stands.
Irish do. Now, I
Well,
know the
okay,
Irish real serious about their
okay,
stuff,
every. Well, no, French are serious.
and Italians too. So you can't
Well,
say
see,
everybody.
no, what I'm trying to say is not everyone is as like violent about it. They can
Oh yeah, they
into.
will get violent about it too.
Well, I'm just saying, if you have it in a casual atmosphere where you have like a bottle of wine or coffee or tea or whatever, and you just talk about it like you would like educational. It depends on your approach.
It
It's always
depends.
that one, though. There's always that one in the group.
Tim is right.
It's
I
always
agree
that.
with Tim on that, cat.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I
But my
just,
brother doesn't have problems, or else he wouldn't be doing it. I mean, they all do it after hour, like later in the hours
but
of
he's
the
always
restaurant.
with the same people that he knows, right?
Not really. I mean, anyone's welcome to join, even the patrons if they want.
It's open discussion.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, that's what
Hmm.
I'm saying.
Well, it just depends. It always depends on the individual because it's
absolutely.
Yeah.
always a choice whether everybody decides whether or not they do right or wrong,
Right.
and that
Hmm.
can be within a discussion. But most people in the United States don't know how to have a
I
healthy
would say that's
and
correct.
decent
In the United
debate
States, that's
about
the issue.
religion or politics.
Yeah,
Neither
Exactly.
one
politics.
of
That's
them.
why I was trying to bring it up too, because they cannot, and that's why they're majority of them are different than other
Yeah,
countries.
and the British are the same way. Cause
Hmm.
you've seen them on the floor of Parliament fighting.
Yeah.
They've been known to do that for a long time. Yeah, they've ever since it started.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I would tell everybody if you're pointing a finger at somebody else, you better look at the thumb because you're pointing it back at yourself.
Mm,
Seriously.
That's a good one.
man,
Yeah,
good show.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. All right then, guys. Let's close this up with closing comments. Kathy first.
Well, thank you very much about kind of like getting our brain thinking in different directions. And we might want to have a topic about Hades sometime and go more into detail because, yeah, I've been studying a lot about that too. So maybe we can. Um,
Sure, I'm not afraid of it. Talk about it because you cannot live in fear about the unexplained. If
we'll
you live
see.
in fear about the unexplained, because nobody has ever been there and came back to tell us what it was like, so it's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's still unexplained.
But plus that they're discovering things under the earth, oceans larger than what's on the surface.
Well, I think it's a whole nother civilization up under there. If you want to
Yeah,
know the truth
Yeah.
about it,
I do too. So I think the Egyptians had something there. I think they had something there.
Supposed to be
yeah,
Atlantis, I think, is down there.
Atlantis, yeah, the lost sea. I think there are still people alive down there.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
they claim it's never found, but they claim it's just a myth
Yeah.
that it's just a legend, but
But
Uh-uh.
mhm, yeah, okay. I won't say
Go
any
ahead,
more.
Kat.
Go
All
ahead,
right.
somebody else.
Tim.
Well, I tell these are the things that make you go, hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. A lot to think about. I mean, we might as well be as open to it as possible because no man nor woman knows the time nor the hour.
Yeah, and no man is an island either. So,
Agree.
you gotta know what's going on with around you. That
Yes.
includes your universe, north, south, east, and west.
Hmm.
Because you don't live in a world by yourself. None of us do. No man is on. Y'all remember that song? Y'all know I gotta get a song in. No, no man is an island. You don't remember this song?
I don't remember that one.
No,
No. God, we learned that in junior high school. They didn't teach y'all anything in school that day.
my mom was a school teacher, so she self taught me.
Yeah, that's the song.
Mm.
Mhm.
No man is an island. No man stands alone. Each man is my brother. Each man is my friend. Y'all
Mm.
don't know the song, huh?
I
Mm-mm.
like it though. I like what the sentiment of the song is, the meaning.
Yeah. They used to really teach us how to get along in school. That's why these kids so bad. They didn't learn. They never learned. They're not taught unity. They're not taught unity songs. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
But the words are
Yeah.
right. I mean, the words are strong. No man is an island. No man stands alone. Each man is my brother. Each man is my friend.
Mm.
You see?
Nice. Nice.
All right, then. So I'll close it with this, y'all. Do you believe it makes no difference whether we do or whether we don't? There will always be things that have been that we cannot explain.
Mm.
We will see and hear things that are unexplainable. Is it paranormal activity? What is it that's going on? How does it affect our life? How did it affect our parents' life? Does it extend from generation to generation?
Mm.
All of these are very interesting questions that you can just let your mind begin to wonder about. And you probably thought about it and wondered about it. But right here on Pearl's Paranormal, we dig it all up and we talk about it. Isn't that right,
Mm.
Team?
Yep.
All
Yep,
right,
we talk
so yeah, we do. We're not afraid to
the
talk
three
about it.
P's. The three P's.
We're gonna talk about it. We're not afraid to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we will see you all tomorrow night
Politics.
on politics. We can't wait. I kind of wanted to do politics show tonight and to say let's switch days, but that's okay. We hold on to tomorrow night. So thank you so much, Yolanda, for tuning in with us.
Yes.
Hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you, Sandra. And wow, would you look at that? We still have 191 of you that stuck with us all
Thank
the
you
way through this.
all.
So
We
we
love
thank
you.
you guys so much.
Yes.
We love you. I'm putting the post in here. Oh, it's not showing. What did I do? No thanks. Okay, I'm not. I'm so okay. I was 191. I was trying to paste it in. It's a 106, but the 191 didn't show.
Mm.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can get the 189 to show. Somebody tell me bye. Somebody tell me bye. They're dropping off. Yeah, we're getting ready to go. But I was just trying
Okay.
to get this in here. And make sure that it showed in the post before. Okay, Yolanda said yes. You are sure right. I've seen orbs, and I know we are not the only ones that exist in this universe. I've seen it for myself. I'll join you next time. Everybody have a great night.
You too.
Yay! Thank you, Yolanda.
Good night. Take care.
We
Shine
love you.
bright.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow
Bye.
night.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.